Hi, my name is Micah Roraff, and this is Life of Worship, where we go beyond the music, where we go beyond the songs, and we really focus in on a life lived before Christ, a life of worship where everything is before Him. And for the past few weeks, I've been going over our return to Eden, what Jesus did on the cross and how He opened that door for a return to Eden, which means to me, which is a return to the presence of God and all the benefits that come with that. And one of those things is marriage. I believe that God is wanting to restore marriages, and that's a part of that return to Eden, being in harmony together instead of in conflict. When Adam and Eve were in Eden, they were in perfect harmony. Like I said, they were the perfect complement to each other. Adam and Eve's gifts and talents were woven together in perfect harmony the way that God intended. There was no competition about who was the better person, who had the better talents, who was the better gender. There was no competition there. They were just complementing each other, lifting each other up. And it was just a beautiful way for them to be able to honor each other and also honor the Lord, who was the Lord's presence that they were always constantly in. Then suddenly the serpent came in and accusations came. Before the accusations, they were completely transparent with each other. And then after the accusations, they were covered. There was secrets. There was distrust. The man wanted to dominate the woman. The woman wanted to control the man. So whatever happened to appreciating each other's gifts? They started critiquing each other and condemning each other instead of complimenting each other. So does this sound familiar? Does this sound maybe like your marriage? I really, truly hope that it doesn't. But if something is striking inside of your heart right now and you're like, yeah, maybe this is my marriage. Maybe this is something that's going on in my marriage and I don't want it to be this way. I want to change. The truth is the enemy wants to destroy our marriages. He wants every memory of Eden to be wiped away forever. Every memory, including the harmony that the man and the woman had. So we need to fight back. So I want you to say right now that your marriage is not too far gone. Know who the real snake is. It is not your spouse. The real snake is not your spouse. The enemy that you fight against is not flesh and blood, but it is the powers and the principalities that are coming against your marriage. So how do we return? How do we return? So what did Jesus do? What did Jesus do when we were so far away, when we were lost in our sins, when we were lost in our transgressions? What did Jesus do? Did He tell us, okay, you did this wrong, you need to shape it up? No, let me drop a truth bomb on you right now. What did Jesus do? He loved us. And so what I want to challenge us with is for us to love our spouses more than we love ourselves. I know you're hoping I was going to say, here are 5 steps on how you can change your spouse. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. The truth of the matter is we need to love them. Men, how did you win her heart? Go back to the beginning. How did you win her heart? You pursued her. You loved her. You spoke truth over her. You spoke love over her. Why did you stop? Why did you stop? Because you already had her? Is she now like a trophy that you can put on the shelf and you can just say, okay, she's there. I don't need to compliment her. I don't need to, I don't need to do any of those things that I did at the beginning to win her heart. Constantly win her heart. Show her you love her, all right? Every day, fill her love tank. And women, the same thing. Pursue your man. Pursue him, compliment him. Be thankful for the man, for the person that he is. Be thankful for the things that he does. And honor him in the ways that the Lord leads you to honor him. The thing is everyone is perfect until you let them near. And your spouse is as close as you can get to somebody. Because the more you look at somebody, the more you see their flaws. The more you get closer to them, the more you see their flaws. And the thing is you're like, well, I've been with them for 5 years, or I've been there with them for 10 years. And when I first met them, they didn't have these flaws. They didn't have these issues. And it's like the truth is we all have flaws, and we all have issues, and we all need to be able to grow. And it is much easier to grow and get past those issues if you are in an environment that is encouraging, that is like saying, that is showing the good, and instead of like always like critiquing and looking down on and saying, this is what you're doing wrong and that is what you're doing wrong. So like I said, your spouse is as close as you can get to someone. So don't make a mental list of the flaws, because I guarantee you will find them. Ask the Lord to bring encouragement to your mind and not accusations. And as we grow together in our marriages, let's encourage and sharpen each other with truth said in love. So that means if there is something that's there that's glaring and needs to be changed, you can say it in a way that will bring them and help them to feel loved and bring them into that newness and that wholeness that the Lord wants them to be. Because you can say it in love, or you can say it with intent to destroy them. Okay? And so my prayer is that you're able to say it with love, to get past your frustration, to get past just all these negative things that are coming into your mind about who they are as a person, and say, this is my wife, this is my husband, I love them, and I want to build them up. And so as you build them up, you're going to see how you are honoring God. This is your life of worship, all right? Loving your spouse is a part of honoring God, because how do we love God? We show that we love God by loving one another, and especially by loving those that are closest to us, and that means our spouses. In our return to Eden, we worship our King by loving him and honor him by loving those around us, those closest to us. And so my prayer is that we are able to go back and return to Eden, into that perfect harmony, and that we will fight for it, because it is worth fighting for. Absolutely 100% worth fighting for.